Nobody has suffered from racism more than Gary Lineker. Actually, I'm white, and I used to have a
Lineker
racist...
sounds a bit racist.
Lineker.
Fucking,
Oh, it does, yeah.
Yeah, you fucking say it in the right pronunciation.
Yeah, which we're not going to do.
Yeah, we're not going to do it.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him...
What was he
America
saying?
is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him...
What was he trying to say?
Trying to say foot and mouth disease. I don't know. What was he trying to say?
I don't know. Kofefe.
And welcome to another... This is episode 51 of the Three Speech Podcast. I, as ever, am the mad lad of jihad. Ayatollah, rock and roller, Persian nightmare.
Probably not the right day to be calling yourself an Iranian jihadi, given that an Iranian jihadi's just shot up a gay bar in Norway.
Has he?
Yeah.
Is he Iranian?
Yeah.
Good, he got the email. Yeah, that's right.
We're in a gay bar right now. There's some sort of drag queen event downstairs.
Oh, yeah, if you can
Easy. Easy.
Listen, I'm chill, baby. I'm chill.
You're chill.
If you can hear any Britney Spears going or fellatio sounds, there is a drag event going downstairs. Couple of school kids in there. It's totally fine. Also saw an advert for squirt.org. I'm with formerly the man known as Mr. Hate Speech, but from here on in, now known as Mr. Controlled Opposition, Leo KEARSE. Behind the mic, producer extraordinaire, the vanilla gorilla.
Oh, my God.
That's right. And as you can see, we're joined by the Bajan No Sensation. You might be watching the first firing live on air. In fact, I fire NICO from the podcast.
I thought I was going to fire someone. I thought I was going to do the mass firing.
I fired NICO. Luckily, he won't even listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
So he's just going to turn up anyway the next week's podcast.
I like how you think you've got the authority to fire people.
Yeah, I fire you.
Well, I think I've got the authority to fire.
No, I've got the authority.
Fire both you.
I fire you. I fire you.
I accept my firing, and I will see you never again.
I fire everyone. We might drop the Three Speech Podcast and turn it into a hate and lie podcast. We've actually been debating that.
Yeah.
And backstabbing Nico whilst he's not been here.
Hate and Live is a great show. It's a fun show. Make a great podcast because people send in what they hate. And then we hate on it live on air.
Yeah,
well, not live on air, recorded on a YouTube thing.
We improvise.
I mean, we
improvise.
Yeah.
And
then we wedge in material that we've already got. Actually, we've got a roast of Count Dankula coming up.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm hosting the roast of Count Dankula. Leo's roasting. Freddie Quinn's on it.
Rob Mulholland. Dominic Frisby. Possibly Andrew Doyle. I'm not sure.
I suspect Dominic won't be the strongest of roasters.
Well, I think I won't be the strongest of roasters. I'm not used to roasting.
Well, but it's just going to be funny. Everyone's going to be going for Count Dankula, and then Dominic Frisby will now let me sing you this song.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe I'm doing him a disservice. I'm sure he's going to be great.
Yeah, Dominic's funny.
I went to Count Dankula's house.
Oh yeah, what's it like?
It's really nice.
Where is it exactly?
It's B&Q Cricklewood. He works in the he works in the homeware sections. No, I genuinely I can't remember. It's somewhere in Scotland.
Cumbernauld, I think, somewhere like that.
It's like, but
let's actually not talk about.
Anyway, he's got a nice.
When I said where does he live, I was kind of just saying it facetiously. I didn't actually expect you to narrow it down.
Luckily, Darius can't remember where he's been or what he's done.
Yeah, he's got a nice house though, and he's also got a production team that help him make all his videos. And I met all of them, and let me tell you, right. If you think I've got autism, fuck me, these guys bring it up to a whole other level. At least I've got autism and a little bit of charm and style, but these guys ain't even hiding, you know everything about them.
Yeah.
When they anime, yes. Fucking wrestling, but niche wrestling, yes. Fucking Kotaku porn, you know it, baby.
What the fuck is Kotaku porn?
Hentai porn.
Talking to girls, no.
No. Eye contact, no. Get out of there. Fucking Mac, no. Linux and PC only. Fucking, they love it.
Man, that is the sign. You know when somebody says, "Oh, you should set Linux on your laptop," you know immediately, man. That guy's only had sex with like squirrels and fucking inflatable like Japanese dolls.
Yeah.
That is.
They were nice guys. I surprisingly got on really well. Well, actually, no, I got on really well with them.
Surprisingly for you, we could see that coming along.
I got on well because I was able to match their levels of autism. And they're like,
Yeah.
actually, even though he's eminently cooler than us, he's one of us.
I don't think they were thinking that.
No, they weren't. They were. I don't know what they were.
They were just avoiding eye contact and wanting
Yeah.
to leave the room quickly. So
They fucking love it, like Magic the Gathering. What, like they were telling me all their nerd stuff. It was interesting.
Yeah.
Also, he's got like. He gave me the what's the terrorist handbook? Not the
Oh,
jihadi
the one
book.
that's illegal and you get
Yeah.
arrested. You
Yeah.
actually go to jail. There was a kid,
Oh, there's- What?
16-year-old. Yeah, you get all these teenage kids because they download it from the dark web or whatever. It's the anarchist cookbook because it shows how to make bombs and stuff. So it's
so
actually
it's nothing to do with cooking.
so it's yeah. Well, there might be some cooking in there, but mostly it's the authorities are worried about the bomb making more than the recipes. So they download this thing, and then when you've got it on your computer, that's you fucked. That's you.
Yeah, apparently, if you say the police raided your house for some sort of crime that you've done, whatever minor it is, if they find the anarchist cookbook in your house somewhere somehow, they add like an extra 10 years to your sentence.
It's a serious offence.
So what is the offence of having it?
But this
what's
is a kind of thing about if you want to talk about free speech and what information you can consume and shit like that. This is part of it. So there's a whole load of banned books, and that's one of them. I can see that makes sense.
Yeah, I can understand
book.
how to make bombs is something that you shouldn't be able to freely distribute to people.
And now I know how to make bombs.
How do you make a bomb?
Well, I mean, it's kind of in the blood with him, isn't it? I imagine it's kind of,
It was, well, to be honest, the book's kind of fucking boring, and some of this stuff is like,
There's no pictures.
No.
Is there an audio book? Is there an audio book available?
There are
narrated by your father.
I might narrate it. My dad can't read now.
But this is how they're going to stop terrorism and like people with low attention spans. Just it's a book. Oh, more than 3 pages to make a bomb.
We should do the anarchist TikTok.
It's already done anyway. It's already done. No one's bombing anymore. Now the weapon of choice is a car. Much easier.
Well, not in Norway.
Hyundai. Oh yeah, Norway.
Oh yeah, he's old school.
Yeah. You notice
traditionalist.
I put the link in the WhatsApp chat, but the BBC article about the shooting in Norway makes no mention of the guy being Iranian or any possible. There's no possible motive. And like, there's an Iranian guy beheaded some gay people in Ireland about couple of months ago, and the papers reported it as like the way people were talking about it. You think they were talking about Irish homophobia? And it's like, what? Man, this guy.
A 42-year-old man has been arrested and charged with murder, attempted murder, and terrorism acts after shooting in the centre of Norway's capital, Oslo.
Yeah.
When did this happen?
Last night.
How do you know he's Iranian?
Because one tweet from a guy with 3 followers on Twitter.
That's good enough proof for me.
No, it was reported in an English language Norwegian paper. So the police reported it as a Norwegian citizen who's from Iran.
I mean, look, it's also important not to stoke sort of racial tensions, but you do need to call out facts.
The weird thing is that, like, the not stoking racial tensions always seems to take priority over everything else. We're Rotherham grooming gangs with like any sort of terrorist attack. They're like, oh, we mustn't mention any part the one thing that's driving, the one motive behind all these things. We mustn't mention it.
Well, actually, interesting you bring that up, because I discussed the Rotherham grooming gangs with my friend Lewis, who one day will come on a podcast.
Why are you calling him Lewis instead of Louis? No.
Well, fuck it, Louis, whatever.
Yeah, but his name is Lewis.
Well, his name is Lewis, but I wanted to make him sound more cleverer than he actually.
He's very clever. When we were talking about just not stopping shit dead in the pod.
Well, I haven't stopped it dead. I'm talking about the Rotherham grooming gang. But the point is, he's my friend's Muslim, very clever, knowledgeable about history and politics.
But he picks and chooses.
Well, no, but you know what?
So he does loads of shagging. He does loads and loads of shagging.
I think you're allowed to shag in Islam, aren't you?
Oh, no, in Islam, you're allowed one vice. So a lot of them come over and they're allowed.
Is that true? That's what Louis said to me. But I've never read that in any. I've never been like,
how many Qurans have you read?
By the way, you can pick a sin.
Yeah, you can pick a sin.
You can pick a sin.
Some of them choose. So imagine coming over and choosing bacon. That would be and the beer.
Yeah, I don't want to fuck
So basically, some of them come over and they are shagging. And also what they do, if you're a Muslim, is they there's a thing you can do in Islam. Though you go up to a girl and you go, "Atakala," and you say it 3 times, and it basically means I marry you, and then they fuck them, and then they divorce them, and it's fine. So no, we're married, and that's an actual thing they can do.
Right.
But the point I'm making is Rotherham grooming gangs. The reason why he said it's an issue is like, listen, you're saying it's all Muslims. But it's not.
Sikh?
Wait, no.
No,
it's very...
victims,
hold on.
Victims
wait. Let me make his argument. And this was his argument. So when you say Rotherham grooming gangs, you're alluding to the fact they're all Muslims. But they're not. What's their ethnicity?
Pakistani.
And there you go. So he's saying, listen, I'm from fucking Egypt, yeah? I'm a Muslim. Why are you blaming me for... This is the Pakistan
No,
kind
it's
of
Pakistani
thing.
Muslim. Everybody says it's Pakistani Muslim.
But it's nothing to do with Muslims. It's from Pakistan.
It kind of is. It kind of is because they're Pakistani Muslims.
Well,
it's a cultural
thing. It's like saying English Christian or English Catholic.
It's like saying so the Waco guys, you know, were they Christian? No,
they're some sort of cult.
But it's like that. But he's
like
Egyptian. Yeah, but
exactly
he's Egyptian, yeah, and he's Muslim.
Yeah,
he's not in, as far as I'm aware, a fucking paedophile group.
Man, he is a one-man grooming gang.
Has he been to Rotherham?
He just does it on Tinder.
He lives in Chesterfield. Yeah, but the point I'm making, or that he's making, is like, listen,
you're tarnishing a lot of...
You're tarnishing a whole fucking huge, massive region, and very specifically, you've even instantly said yourself, they're all Pakistani.
Yeah.
So tarnish just Pakistan and be racist towards them, and not racist towards our fucking go focus your racism in, focus it in.
Because it's losing its effect when you just say all Muslims.
That includes Lebanese, that includes South.
All right,
Louis is not saying don't be racist. So no, please be racist, but specify.
Be more specific with your racism.
But then,
he's a Muslim.
It's lazy, if anything.
Yeah, it's lazy racism.
Lazy racism.
What about I've only got a certain amount of hours in the day. There's so many races.
But they're all Pakistani in the Rotherham grooming gang.
Look, be like the Muslims and choose one sin.
Yeah.
But the Iranian guy who shot the Iranian guy who beheaded people in Ireland, the Iranian guy.
Yes, but he's Iranian.
Exactly.
Why is
done, Leo, for acknowledging your racism that it was an Iranian guy.
But what's the common thread between that guy and the Rotherham grooming gangs and Osama bin Laden?
Well, it's the same. Like I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
You're insinuating it's because he's Muslim.
I never said that.
Yeah, but
never
listen,
say that.
You're insulting the Iranian guy. Listen, all he's done is behead someone. He hasn't fucking raped children.
Yeah. It is an improvement.
It's a different crime.
It is an improvement.
So that's why you need to specify.
Yeah.
Like, you've insulted the whole nation state of the Islamic Republic of Iran, and we're offended. We're not pedophiles. Yeah, we will execute you for being homosexual.
And we will marry like 12-year-olds.
Not in Iran.
Oh, really?
Not in Iran actually, other than when we're beheading homosexuals, is a very forward-thinking country. First country to have a woman prime minister. First country to have like females. Like, it's actually
have females.
Yeah,
first country to ever have females.
Well, actually,
What's
do you know?
transgender?
There's loads of transgenders in. There's the largest trans population is. One of their largest is in Iran.
Okay.
Because what we do is say, are you gay? And they went, yes. Well, okay, well, would you like to be beheaded? And they say, no. Well, then you're obviously a woman. And I am a woman. And then they become...
Yeah. It's like you got two choices, transitioning or beheading. Yeah. Which one do you want?
Something's getting chopped.
Which is actually...
That's quite funny.
It's actually the same choices you get in public school in America.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Because they're like forcing all the kids to transition. And here
as well.
Sorry.
I thought it was a school shooting thing.
I thought
it was a school shooting.
The Tavistock set
which
was
is
here as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, I get it. Listen, Islam as a religion,
China's going to take over in about 10, 15 years, and you see they're not keen on Muslims, so it doesn't really matter. We're all going to be Chinese.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was Louis' point. He's like, listen, we're not.
And look, this is interesting to have a point and some well thought out arguments on this pod, but it's not our MO.
No.
So let's go back to shitting on.
I just want to shit on a comedian first.
Okay.
Well, I can't even remember who it was, but somebody actually. I better not say in case it wasn't that person. But
say it to me off air.
In 2000, say it off air.
Write it on your phone.
2015, or whenever there's that terror attack in France. I think it was the one where
in Paris.
No, this was the one in was it Nice or Montpellier or something? He drove a truck.
Oh yeah,
on the family.
Oh yeah, that's the new terror tactics of choice.
Yeah, driving a truck over people having picnics and killed loads of people. And then obviously horrific. And then straight after it happened, this or maybe it was the Bataclan one, I can't remember, but this comedian tweeted, let's not forget the real victims here, immigrants trying to cross the channel. Because they're,
was that someone trying to cross the channel just driving bad?
No, they were a long way from the channel, nowhere near a roll-on, roll-off ferry. But so this comedian's because they're left wing, so their logic was this is going to stoke Islamophobia because they've just killed 55 people having picnics. So that means people are going to be resentful towards migrants coming across the channel. So that's going to stop. So the migrants are the people who are suffering, not the people who are actually still, the dead bodies being cradled by parents and stuff.
Strangely, he has a point, but timing is the wrong. You know, what I mean,
I think they got 0 point.
No,
man. You know what the problem with Muslims is? They got. I tell you, man. I tell you what they've just got terrible PR. They've got the worst public relations.
No, PR company. What PR company could fix this?
No, but it's
you've run over all these families having picnics.
But they need to say let me just
gloss over this.
But there's people there's people glorifying that and shit, and they need I remember.
But then you can flip this argument and say okay, look, all the school shooters are white,
but they're not.
Generally, they are.
Well, the last one wasn't the Uvalde one.
Yep, fine, but the majority of them are, or all the cults generally tend to be, just crazy white people.
Yeah.
So we've all got our niche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the cults tend to just kill themselves. They all drink Kool-Aid in the jungle.
Man, you know what I mean? It's kind of I don't know.
Yeah.
Or Extinction Rebellion. They're all a certain type of person.
Yeah,
Crusties.
But they're just holding up some placards asking people to get insulation in their homes. It's not quite the same.
I know. I just wish that a fucking Muslim in a van.
Well, this is the thing, man. If ISIS just went for certain targets, we'd have a lot more support.
Exactly.
What targets?
If they went after Extinction Rebellion.
Well, this is the PR that I'm talking about.
Right. Well, that's not PR.
Yeah.
Executing Extinction Rebellion doesn't come under public relations.
I think it does.
I think
that'd be good PR for them.
Listen,
if they were just running, if they were running them over when they're sat on the road, blocking traffic. Listen, we've done 2 birds with 1 stone. We've committed a terror attack and cleared the road. What more do you want?
We've got our message out and cleared the highway.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you do good public relations.
It's my way or the highway.
And then we'd be having ISIS Day.
Yeah,
and stuff. I'm putting up Islamic ISIS flag.
Extinction Rebellion sounds better in an Arabic. Extinction Rebellion.
Yeah.
It sounds better. It sounds more like
everything sounds
Extinction
better.
Jihad.
Everything sounds better in Arabic.
I'll tell you what's great is fucking football. Watching you think Brazilian and South American commentators are great. Arabic commentators will make everything sound fucking insane, even if it's just I'll go bring some up. It sounds like a terrorist attack. It's uncanny.
I got casted for a role, and the reason why I know about the driving is because that was part of the thing. I had to read that. Then I had on my phone for ages just a video of me looking like a terrorist, going, "I will drive my car into you." And I thought, actually, if anyone actually saw my phone, wait a minute, it is.
Ya baba. Basically, they just say the same shit over and over again.
If you want to know the best football commentary in the world, it's Argentinian.
No.
And I'll tell you why. I lived in Argentina. I watched the Premier League. They used to have songs for the goal scorers and were casually racist. So they'd have nicknames. So for Ruud van Nistelrooy, when he scored, they go, Ruud van Nistelrooy, la 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 la. And for Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, when he played for Chelsea, they'd call him El Chelsea Gangster. Just because they go, oh, El Chelsea Gangster, go!
I mean, Argentina is one of the places that is just, it's a very white country in the middle of a very non-white continent. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like South Africa, but
is Argentina? No, it's Brazil.
Well,
the Nazis.
No, Argentina was also
Argentina.
Where the Nazis were.
And lots of Germans are going to Paraguay now because they want because it's a Christian country and it's similar. But Germany's because it's had a massive influx of migrants who don't entirely conform to standard Western liberal democratic norms. So lots of Germans.
Leo's controlled opposition.
Oh wow!
Listen,
Well, I mean, look,
I don't blame. Listen, wait. I want to answer Leo because Leo's pushing this fucking these immigrants.
But like,
listen,
you're in the room with two
yeah,
immigrants.
you're in the room with 2 immigrants. I blame this. Do you want to know who I fucking? Don't blame the fucking immigrants coming over. I blame the weak fucking leaders of this country who have been like, you know what? We're gonna like put it this way. No one's moving to Saudi Arabia and building a fucking church, right? Why? Because the Saudi Arabian government go, we're fucking doing this and we're not fucking changing our ways, yeah? So don't blame they're coming and they're pushing and you're saying, okay, fuck it, build your mosque. Fuck it, do what you want. Take the high shit over. Do this. And you do that and then no one... What they should have said is, if I was in control, and when my dad moved here, and probably when your dad moved here, they came over and they integrated and they made the biggest effort they could to kind of fit in,
by
be part of
fucking all the women.
Yeah, well, fuck it, that's fine. But by fucking all the women, by being part of the culture, saying, okay, you do things this way, we're gonna do that, and we're not gonna like. I understand 25th December is Christmas, and we obey those rules. But then what's happened is they've come in and then they've said, oh, you can do this, you can do that, you can do this, and not only it's not. You can do that. It's like, we're going to stop doing what we do because we don't want to offend you.
Yeah.
And then, so that's not the fucking immigrants' fault.
Yeah, no,
that's
I totally agree.
So you should, so if you agree, you shouldn't be like, going, these fucking immigrants coming over.
I'm not saying these fucking I'm saying.
But you should have a go at the people.
I'm specifically criticising the people who, whenever there's a terrorist attack, the news don't mention. They're like,
I agree.
It's just a random person doing it for no reason. And like when it happened in Ireland, they're like, this is homophobia in Ireland. Well, Irish people. We're so bad. Everybody's like, self-flagellating.
Yeah, but this is what needs to be called out. This bullshit, the hypocrisy of fucking them. If that was a white dude who did that in Norway, the Anders Breivik, I'll still know his name. If it was a white dude who,
that's because,
but so my point is, there's this whole kind of double standards of presenting the news and doing that is actually in a way to mollycoddle immigrants and we won't and fucking is worse for them because then it creates this like negative reasoning.
It's like, okay, why is it not being reported as fact, and why are they hiding some of the facts? And why because people there's 2 reasons for that. One, because like in our circles, I don't think it does have an effect as much as it does. Do you know what I mean? Like we're already integrated. We're in a city where we've got mates of all different colours, creeds, and genders. So like it's kind of some of you, and it doesn't mean that we go right. I know that Darius is a fucking terrorist. Do you know what I mean? But like it's when where in a place where they're a bit more segregated.
Yeah,
that's when the issues come, and that segregation is down to financial situations. Like it's when it happens in the poorest areas.
It's cultural as well, and like we've got. If you mentioned Saudi Arabia and how they sort of preserve their culture, and like other places like Hungary and Poland do as well. But Saudi Arabia actually funds madrasas in the UK, so it tries to promote this ideology in the UK, and then like we get multiculturalism in the UK is sort of the trouble is when people move to another country, they can sometimes retreat into their culture instead of assimilating, so they become more hardcore in the new country compared to where they came from.
Just to again play devil's advocate as I do always on this podcast, that you don't understand that there are also Western cultures forced onto other countries, but it's through film and TV and stuff like that. So it's kind of it's not always just one way.
Yeah, I don't think it's forced though, because like people choose to watch Hollywood films because they're better than the shitty films made in their own terrible country.
Bollywood would disagree, but I'm just saying that it was not
again,
forced here, but like
Bollywood's popular here as well.
Not amongst a certain crew.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Anyway, my point is, I think it's weak leadership from this country, and now it's going to be very hard to dial that back.
Yeah. Because
now they can't say, "Oh, they want to do this," because of taking away the thing. So they fucked it all up.
Yeah.
But it's not like, I don't know. I read an interesting thing, and it said. It was on 4chan. It was like, immigrant comes over here in the 70s, racially abused. He fucking starts a shop. He fucking fits in, builds in, he's part of the community, he's accepted, they all like him. Then 20 years later, all the things that he went through is gone. His like fucking grandchildren who've got everything start kicking up all the fucking fuss and giving him all the grief again.
Right.
So it's all like, but it was obviously funnier than that. Mooch. Where the fuck is Mooch gone?
I don't know. He's done a NICO. He's disappeared out of the studio.
What, as we're about to descend into racism?
This podcast is like dwindling. Pretty soon it's just going to be me sitting here on my own.
And Mooch is back. Anyway, my point is, I think there's been it's weak leadership and there's not enough integration.
But man, any mention of because immigration's at an all-time high in the UK. There's like 1 million visas issued last year, and plus you got the illegal immigration on top of that.
Well, just talking about so one of the reasons that it's hard to integrate is because these are refugees and they're coming through en masse, and it's not like
they're not refugees. They're economic migrants.
Who?
What? So the Syrians are economic migrants.
They're coming from France.
Syrians.
Oh, well, okay. Well, this is another point that people. Because
we've created a lot of these.
No, but what people don't. Just okay.
Russia
There's a few things. This is the whole complex issue. There's a few things. First of all, you got Islamic terrorists is all kind of stems originally from fucking Western invasions. That's where the fucking bitterness comes from, where they want to kill someone when their house is getting bombed by fucking.
They want to go to a wedding and everyone gets eviscerated by everyone.
So there's that.
But it's ideological as well, because we're not bombing Pakistan. We're not bombing Saudi Arabia.
Oh, come on now.
No, America might be, but we're not bombing.
Oh, the UK. But the UK is fucking complicit, man.
I don't know.
Well, what? We weren't involved in the Iraq War.
Iraq's not Pakistan. It's a completely different.
What we didn't. We
well done, Leo.
India and Pakistan. Yeah, well done. Leo's learning. It's good, Leo. Correct. But India and Pakistan, they go back from fucking Britain drawing a line and saying these dudes are the fucking Muslims and these dudes are the Sikhs, and now they fucking hate us, and then they've got that and also, fucking, this is what people need to learn. Everyone can be racist, yeah. So, sorry to say, yeah. To Pakistani Muslim, you're just as much as an American, yeah? So like, he's Scottish, doesn't matter. He's white, he speaks English, he's American, right? Fucking bomb him.
I had that in Egypt once. So I was in Essaouira on the coast, and me and my missus were walking along, and this guy comes out of the shop, and he's like, "Oh, come in, have a cup of tea. You want to buy some stuff?" Exactly. We were just looking at this stuff. They got all the like herbs and all that sort of stuff. I was like, "Oh no, we're not getting anything because we've already bought stuff to take back. We don't have any space."
And cheap.
I'm Scottish and I'm cheap. And he's like, "No, just come in for a cup of tea." In my culture, it's if you refuse a cup of tea, it's an insult. I was like, "All right, no worries." Came in and had a cup of tea, and then he brings out all this stuff to try and sell us. And I'm like, "No, we're not buying it." And then he got all pissed off that we didn't buy anything. And so I walked out of the shop with my missus, and so he comes out after, he's shouting, "American Joe" and all this stuff, and I'm like, "Oh, whatever." But the awkward thing was, like, where we were staying was like 2 doors down. So he's shouting at me, "American Joe," and I just get to the door and I turn the key, and like he just sort of stops.
It's just like you don't shit on your own doorstep.
I like that he thinks American Joe is an insult. American Joe!
You stupid Joe Biden!
American G.I. Joe is evil! So yeah, they can be just as racist. But I mean, that's where these... So, listen, American... Western imperialism and going into those countries created the fucking thingy. But culturally, Islam is like spread by the sword. That's how they believe it.
The end of Western imperialism caused this. We need to bring back the British Empire. Everything was fine.
I think we'd love to try, but it's hard when you don't have the technology. We had boats and guns, and that was
still got boats.
Yeah, I know, but other people have got bigger boats and bigger guns.
Well,
and more importantly, more oil.
Man, fucking
our oil.
Listen. Britain's so shit they got caught by the Iranian Navy on a fucking dinghy, and he got cried because he got his iPod taken off him. Do you remember that one? When the British soldiers got caught in the Iranian...
Oh, is that when they confiscated a boat?
And he confiscated them, but one of them cried because he got his iPod taken off. I'm sorry, right? Listen, I respect the British soldiers, but if you're crying because your iPod's been confiscated, yeah, you ain't taking over any more countries. Your days of fucking colonizing are done, right? Britain could be great. It can be great, and there's all I try and play things down the line on all, like, both ways, right? So there's a reason that British people should be fucking offended, because this, I think, growing up in this country, 90% of people are tolerant, fucking welcoming. They come in. That's why people want to come here, because this is a good country to live, right?
Yeah.
That you can make a life here. But there is a point. It's like, listen, if you're fleeing a war, fair enough, and it might have been, and it probably was caused by UK or US, right? But if you're fleeing a war, you're fleeing from Iraq, Syria, wherever the fuck. As soon as you land in, and you're fleeing for safety reasons, as soon as you land on mainland Europe, you're safe. You have to navigate from
I don't know
fucking
if you're in Eastern Europe. I don't know.
mainland. I said mainland.
Well, Eastern Europe is in the mainland.
Yeah, but I'm saying mainland is in a proper country, right? So the point is, no, I'm saying, but if you come into Italy, right? You've landed in Italy. You've got to go from Italy through fucking France, through via Spain to get to the UK, right? Yeah. That's 3 countries you could seek asylum to be safe, where they all have respect you as a religion, etc., etc. So, like, why are you fleeing France? Like, you fucking love fucking English food so much. What's the matter? Why? France is a good country to live in.
I don't know. Maybe it's because of how these countries treat them.
Yeah, exactly. It's because they know if they come, that's the whole point. They know if you come to the fucking UK, you're going to get a council house, you're going to get free healthcare, you're going to get this, and you're going to get put to the front of the queue, and you're going to get this. So fucking some British people at home, and they resent
and
it.
if any British people complain about it or even like notice it, then they're like, you're racist, you got to go to jail, you're never working again.
But the point is, it's not. And then people say, "Oh, you're calling them racist." Like, no, this is a fucking single mother who's fucking waiting for a council house, who's waiting for whatever, and now she's to the back of the queue.
And she shouldn't get anything either.
So, well, my thinking is this:
we send them somewhere.
I think an immigration policy, and I think most British people would agree with this, is that if you come to this country legally, whatever, you're welcome.
Yeah.
But obviously, you go to the back of the queue behind everyone here who was here first. So if you arrive on a boat, like, yeah, but have you got somewhere to stay? Have you got these means? Have you got that? Then you're going to be sleeping rough. Yeah. It's like France.
Or Rwanda.
Or, listen, Rwanda.
That's
Rwanda's a great place,
Rwanda's
man.
fucked up, man. That whole thing is... Why? It costs so much to send them there. Why don't we just send them somewhere like Bognor? It's worse.
Yeah, to be fair, imagine that. Would you rather live in Bognor Regis or Rwanda? I think I'd rather live in Rwanda.
Rwanda, exactly.
Yeah. And it's got a booming economy, and like the food and the weather and everything is great. And like compare that to like Middlesbrough, Bognor, places, or most of the UK.
Why? We've got our own Rwandas.
Yeah,
that's good. We should send. It's like that should be the thing. We're sending you
Have
to
you
the
been
Rwanda.
To Wrexham?
Actually, you know what? Calling fucking Rwanda akin to Bognor Regis and Wrexham is insulting to Rwanda.
Yeah.
Imagine Arsenal were playing with Bognor Regis on their shoulder. visit Bognor. Actually, I saw
it's a tourist place, Bognor.
I saw a sign for Visit Manchester. It said "Escape to Manchester," and I was like, man, that should be "Escape from Manchester."
Escape Manchester.
Yeah, or just "Escape Manchester." Yeah. Anyway, but I think that's my kind of thing. I do think if you're coming from France, you're already in a safe country. Why are you jumping in a fucking dinghy?
Yeah.
Other than for economic reasons. I think, and if they
poo on the pavement in France.
Well, I think if people,
great wildlife in.
But I think if people acknowledge that, then those kind of facts, then people would be like, okay, I see it. This way, but it's when they're saying, it's like, yeah, but like when we don't border Afghanistan.
Yeah.
It's a long journey to get here via a lot of safe countries. Anyway.
Can we watch the Down syndrome drag queen?
Yeah, we've been to.
Yeah, it's a very serious episode, isn't it? Where is...
Because Darius is racist.
I'm not racist. You're I'm combating your racism, but trying to be like justify it a little bit, so you don't get to be like massive.
Do we want to watch the new one, or do we want to...
It's me, Justin Bond. King Justin Bond from Drag Syndrome, a professional drag syndrome company full of
it a sec, Mooch.
that have Down syndrome.
So what we've done is Mooch somehow, some way has found a drag queen collective made up of Down syndromes.
Yeah, they're huge on TikTok.
They're huge on TikTok.
They're called Drag Syndrome Official. Go follow them. They are amazing.
Don't follow Syndrome of a Down.
You fucked that up.
Syndrome of a Down. They're a Down syndrome tribute band for System of a Down.
Oh God, could you please use captions?
So anyway, let's.
I don't know if this is the best one. Let's go.
I haven't seen this.
Hello, hola.
Hello.
Hello. Hola.
Bye.
Bye.
They weren't impressed.
I'm gonna be rocking it, dropping it. Shake my ass, I'm stopping it. I look hot in it, hot in it. I look hot in it. Rocking it, dropping it.
I'll tell you one thing, yeah. I've never seen a Down syndrome person look down. Like, they're always having the best time.
Yeah.
They're just generally happy
Yeah.
all the fucking time.
Yeah,
and there is a argument that, you know, they are happier than most people. These guys don't give a fuck about what's happening in Rwanda. It's not even on their radar.
Yeah. And also, they don't, like, a lot of Down syndrome people are really high functioning. I met a Down syndrome lassie. She was a swimmer, like a Paralympic swimmer. But she was really smart and, like, just like a normal person.
Is there levels to it?
I don't know how it
What
works.
is
I
Down
don't know if
It's an extra chromosome, I think.
But what does that? But what like?
you get the simian crease. You've got like a fold going right across your.
So there's a rumor.
Like,
So
you got
Down
one.
syndrome is a condition where a person has an extra chromosome. Chromosomes are small packages of genes in the body. They determine how baby's born, forms, function, grows during pregnancy and after birth. So the 5 characters syndrome, Down syndrome, are low muscle tone, short stature,
DARIUS.
a flat nasal bridge, and a protruding tongue. So like I don't know. There are 3 types of Down syndrome. Trisomy.
If you're not laughing, you're learning.
Yeah, trisomy.
So there are different levels.
21, translocation, and mocellism.
So there's different types. So that
There's
must
3
be why.
different types.
So there are different levels.
Try Down syndrome.
And does it say like you get different levels of sort of affectedness?
I'm just looking at 3.
But what? But how? I mean, other than like I get it, there's 3. But what does it? How does it manifest kind of in daily life? Other than speech, like their intellect is the same or it's lower.
No, it's lower. Well, depends if you're comparing them to you or me. But
What to you?
It's it's lower.
I'm cleverer than you.
You're not clever.
I'm much. You fucking went to Aberdeen University.
I didn't go fucking. I went to Stirling
That's
University.
even worse.
That's
At
not
least I've heard of Aberdeen.
the fucking university.
You
go to,
studied
isn't
film.
it? That's a study film.
What kind of
Well,
fucking moron studies film?
I fucking.
You don't even like good films.
I do like good films.
Name
you
more- you
fucking
fucking-
studied
watch-
films. You don't know what a good film is.
Some of the films you sent
You
me
went
were
to
so
fucking.
shit.
You went to UCL and
Yeah.
like that is. I don't know what. I don't know if you were at
University
a,
College London, baby.
I don't know
3
if
A's
you
at
fucking.
A level. That's what
you
I'm talking
passed
about.
out from carbon monoxide
Let's do
poisoning on your
a general.
graduation day. But
All
like,
right, then
you're
let's do
definitely
let's do a
thick as
fucking.
fuck
Let's
now.
do. I'm much cleverer than you. Let's do
You're
a
not fucking
let's
cleverer
do a
than me.
general IQ test then
Well,
right now.
what the
How many
fuck's it-
Down syndromes are there?
3.
Well then.
Yeah. Oh, in this room.
Ask me any question. I better get it right.
Well, what is
What are Nico's most hated trainers?
Nike Air Max?
No! Air
you-
Force One, you moron.
Ah,
Go on, ask me any other question.
fucking.
I'm 1-0 up now.
What do you call when you fit
Good
smaller
question.
objects and
Russian
in
doll.
between in the
No,
gaps
let him finish.
in the
This is-
gaps
this is
between
gold.
bigger objects? What do you call it when you fit smaller objects in the gaps between bigger objects
What?
and objects fit together?
Puzzle.
It's called tessellation.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I do that when I'm doing pick and mix.
Pick and mix. I got pick and mix last
Yeah.
night.
Did you?
Yeah, went to the cinema to see Jurassic Park, which is a pile of shit.
Was it?
Yeah, it's a load of shit. I hear Shaz in it.
Is he?
I'm
How
not-
much is he in it for?
You can see his face.
You know who's in who was in Spider-Man No Way Home?
Evelyn Mock.
Evelyn Mock.
I just
And she
want
had
I want the IQ test.
and we haven't
did.
talked about tessellation.
Oh yeah, so I went to, but I was really surprised how horrible the pick and mix was.
Why?
It was like all dried out and fusty, like it was from 1984.
It's probably because it's from 1984.
Yeah.
What
And,
cinema did you go to?
it was the Richmond Odeon, and like
Odeon cinemas.
the popcorn was rank and the Coca-Cola
You actually
was
paid.
flat.
Wait, you're telling me you got high IQ and you actually bought cinema snacks?
You got a
That's
list-
not the man of a high IQ.
My
and you went to Jurassic
my
Park.
missus got the tickets, and I wanted to look like a big man with lots of money,
Yeah.
so I paid for cinema popcorn. and Coke.
I always
and pick and mix.
smuggle it. I just fucking brazenly
no,
walk in
totally,
my
but you
snacks
don't even
now.
need to
Yeah.
you can just you don't even need to sneak it in. You can take it in. But man,
Why didn't you go
guess
watch
how much-
Maverick?
Guess how much it was, because she didn't want to see that. Guess how much it was
30
for
quid.
for just a popcorn, a Coke, and a cup of pick and mix.
Oh, 20 quid.
It was 15 quid.
Fucking hell. I've got 2-for-1 movie meerkats. Tuesday,
That's the old
and
Orange
Wednesdays.
Wednesdays.
Yeah, Orange Wednesdays. If any of you ever want a movie meerkat code,
movie
if I'm not using it, hit me up on a Tuesday and a Wednesday and I'll give it to you. Don't mind.
What the fuck is at the cinema these days? It's all just Marvel shit.
Man, Marvel's gone woke and going broke. Then
Going woke and broke doesn't like.
Well, the
actually
reason I bring it up is because Netflix is going broke right now, and it was on our list to speak
And
about.
Do you know that
They fired another 300 people.
Do you know there's
I'm winning the
big,
IQ test now.
Big reason is why they went so woke is because of the investment from BlackRock.
Do you know what BlackRock is and Vanguard?
Yeah, so they've got like ESG, governance, so environmental, social, and governance rules that mean the stuff that they invest in has got to be woke. But then, like, they invest in it, they make it woke, and then they lose their money because it's shit.
Yeah, but they're so big and they've got so much money. It's crazy. It's the insane company.
Why are they even trying to make everything woke?
Well, Netflix is getting adverts now.
I think we've gone through this before.
Right.
So they're trying to make everything woke. And it's kind of like the people with all this money making people woke, being a bit more divisive. People are fighting amongst each other, not coming after everyone who's just the top percentage,
right.
where the gap in wealth is just
You know what? In my opinion, all of this can be just summed up in one word.
That was a good one.
That's a good one. It's a callback. They fired 300 people and they're getting adverts. It was on our list.
Getting adverts on Netflix now. So it's going to be a tier.
Did you get a big cup of pick and mix?
Yeah, but it wasn't that big. And also, like, my missus was putting it in. She knows nothing about tessellation, so yeah.
You need to go to Wilco's. I take the fucking piss out of Wilco's. I go to Wilco's and then they do it. They don't do it by weight. They do it by cup size. They've made a huge mistake.
Yeah.
Oh, you think I won't fucking I will build a pyramid on the outskirts with scaffolding from flipping red strawberry fucking tubes. Then I will
You will
balance...
melt chocolate Brazil nuts together to create some sort of like structure.
Yeah. And then I'll tessellate jelly beans into the gap as cement.
Also, I'll eat a load before I even put it into the thing. That's
how you fucking
create a wall of fudge.
Yeah. No, just eat it and then walk out.
Yeah. And how much is a cup of pick and mix from Wilco?
They're not bad, like £2, £3.50. Actually, that sounds like our tiers.
Yeah.
We've actually done the tiers. Actually, do we have anything to say about actually, this is good. We bring up Netflix, we bring up our tiers, and we bring up pick and mix, right?
Yeah.
So I sat down last Saturday. I took an Alvance. We're going to be sponsored by Alvance.
Give me an Alvance.
We don't have any.
We gave you some.
Shh. Anyway, I sat down last Saturday and I'd done the tiers, right? I've got them down with this. We're debating the cost. I got my price. Leo's got his suggestions, but I did speak to. I reached out to a listener, Russian Londoner, aka Yuri. He might now be called Ukrainian Londoner, but whatever. He's and he said, "Oh yeah, but if you put these prices, the thing is, when I think about things like this, I think about Netflix and like." If I pay £10 a month, I can get Netflix.
That's definitely a better deal than this podcast.
Well, it's not though, because I was. Well, that's what I thought. Yeah, actually, I did actually think because £10 get Netflix. Well, to be fair, that is right. And then I thought, wait a minute. But if you listen to this podcast, what the fuck are you paying for Netflix, man? Just go on lookmovie.ag. It's free for you anyway. Why would you pay for? And if you're paying for Netflix, you're willingly giving them money when you don't need to.
Why would you pay £10 a month for Netflix when you could go on some weird website and get viruses and watch like not what you want to watch? And it'll be grainy.
Lookmovie.ag has everything.
It'll be in Polish,
in HD, in perfect quality, in 4K. All the latest releases. I cannot tell you, I cannot emphasize how great Look Movie is. Some selfless pirate, has gone out of his way to torrent all the stuff, upload it, no fucking thing and then just put it out there.
Yeah.
What a hero.
Yeah.
What everything.
Although I have noticed since
and I will be doing that with all the Patreon episodes.
So. Right. Well, shall I tell us shall I do the tiers?
Yeah, okay.
So these are the tiers that I came up with. The first tier, the lowest tier. Okay, so they're on the screen. So I put these prices there to be decided. I thought the first tier should start at £4, and it's called the Dr. Kitten Bender, named after one of our Dr. Kitten Bender, one of our favorite listeners. You are the very bedrock of the Free Speech podcast. Your casual insanity, distribution, and tagging of free speech in all the most problematic of memes trending on Twitter is what pushes us to do better every day. You give us money, and you get access to the 3SP exclusive episode every Tuesday. TBC, to be confirmed. A full new episode where we will be too lazy to censor anything, name names, talk shit, and dance like nobody is watching. Basically, we're just going to say what we say off air. It's going to be our WhatsApp chat, which would definitely get us thrown in prison for various crimes against humanity. You'll get both the video and the audio, maybe even a transcript. There'll be no transcript. You'll get to decide questions and content for the Patreon and public episodes. You'll get...
He's been suspended.
And he's changed his name to Dr. Puppy Bender.
Ah, well, what a legend. But we go with the original Dr. Kitten Bender before he was a puppy bender. You'll get...
hang on. Is this not him?
Dr. Ovaltine.
Yeah.
I can't keep up with all the fucking names. Let me read off all the other perks. You'll get early access to the public episode, so you'll get to watch Friday's public episode first, or whenever it comes out. You'll get 2 free tickets to any regular show that the 3SP Syndicate are performing at. So if Leo's performing somewhere, Mooch is performing, I'm performing, or Nico, and you see that we're performing, you want to come, just tell us and we'll get you tickets to that show for free. And you'll get free first refusal to the 3SP live events, which we will eventually put on. That's the £4 tier. So those are fucking good benefits. You get 2 free tickets to a comedy show.
Instead of reading out, just do it in bullet points. So
okay. All right. Well, I've read them. Now it's just extras.
Okay,
the next tier would be the I listen to the 3SP podcast, but don't want my boss or anyone I know to know tier. And it would, I said £8, which is an outlandish amount of money, but not really. £8
a month.
A month is nothing.
It's £2 a week, which is like half a coffee.
Yeah, and there's fucking
but
4.
you don't get any coffee.
Yeah, but they get 2 free tickets.
You get episodes.
They get an extra episode. They get 2 free tickets.
And it means we can get coffee.
But do they really get? Because I say
if we actually got money, we'd do these things.
On my Patreon, I say you can get tickets to my shows, but nobody ever messages, and I forget to offer them.
Yeah. So we're saying you will get the tickets, but you have to message us. You see where we're at, and you say, Darius, can I come? You're at Top Secret. And I'll say, yeah, come. I'll put your name on the door. Yeah. That's easy.
Right, yeah.
You'd do that. Someone's your show.
That.
And we can all do that. Mooch would do that. Yeah? Sure. We do that. No problem, right? So the £8, you don't send us questionable memes that make us look incredibly racist. You don't comment on the YouTube. But when no one is around to judge you, you sometimes come up to us at gigs and tell us you love the pod. You also download and listen. You're the silent guardian, a watchful protector, a 3SP dilettante. And for that, you get... Do you know what a dilettante means?
It's pronounced dilettante.
Well, yeah. Do you know what it means?
I think I just won the IQ test.
No, you've run the pronunciation test.
A dilettante is somebody dipping their toe in the water.
Yeah, maybe. So anyway, you get everything that you got on the first tier, but you get all new Free Speech podcast merch, which I've made and I've got done, and you'll see it soon. But you get that at cost price. That's a good fucking deal because we're gonna.
And also, you're actually really supporting us because like £1 a week is I give more than that to immigrants.
Yeah,
but unfortunately, cost price is because we sell the stuff at a loss, so it's actually higher than sale price.
What do you mean?
I thought that'd be funnier.
Yeah, it wasn't. But actually, no, it was quite. Listen, we'll sell you our merch at cost price, which is good because we get it made by Chinese children, so that's cheap. What else did they get?
We should have done. There's the £20 one, the Hassania.
Okay, the £20 one. Okay, I know that sounds like a
nobody's paying 20.
Some people
hold on, this is the Husseiner.
Listen, we're supposedly a right-wing podcast. They're the people with money. We've got to basically try and tap it. If you like us and what we do, give us some of your right-wing money.
And this one's good. When we needed cupcakes, you were there. This is the Husseiner.
I don't think Hassania is right-wing or anything like that.
No. When we needed hair care products.
Absolutely lovely. And
she's really nice.
She's great.
You were there. When we needed audience members for our ill-thought-out preview shows, you were there. Yeah. You are now officially part of the Free Speech team, a producer extraordinaire, and as such, you have to pay the same subs as us. And for that,
That's funny. That's funny. By the way, you need to pay me.
Yeah, we fucking pay to do this podcast.
Yeah, that's a point. That's a valid point.
I pay more for this, than I do my mobile phone. I get a new iPhone for what I pay double. Anyway, so the point is,
I pay the same amount for this as I do for a storage unit.
Yeah, we haven't, and we've not done one fucking Patreon ever. There's much shitter podcasts. I'll name them with patrons that do
name them.
Vittorio's podcast. It's literally just Vittorio on his own, just doing a fucking random.
Vittorio, like, listen. Like, I really want to hate on Vittorio, but it's really frustrating at how big his following is and how many.
No, Vittorio's great.
He's great, and it fucks me off because he's working harder than us.
Yeah.
Well, what that shows you is talent is no barrier in comedy. Meow. If you listen, £20. I know it sounds like a lot, and listen, it does.
We'll give you advance.
But
give me advance.
If you give us £20,
one.
listen. If you maybe off it,
not on air,
not on air, and it is a. Have you got a prescription for?
I've got.
As long as you've got a prescription, then I'm fine with it. So for £20, listen. These are good benefits. You're going to get everything you get in the first 2 tiers, which is an extra episode. You get to make the content. You get early access to the public episode. You get 2 free tickets to any comedy show that we're performing at. You get cost price merch. You get first refusal to live events. You'll also get early access to any YouTube or specials that we put out. So Leo and I both have specials coming out soon. Online, you'll get early access to that. You'll get a free, if you do the £20 one, you will get a free signed free speech poster and free gash bombs. We'll put some gash bombs in there so you can try them. They're fucking great as well. You'll also get to be listed as a producer of the episode, and we'll give you a shout out, and you'll be part of the team if you want to be a shout out. But I mean, £20 is a lot, but
it's a lot.
It
if
will
you're rich.
Also, listen, if you actually give us the £20 and we actually make some money,
we will literally suck your dick.
We'll do better.
We'll actually try.
We'll try and be better.
We'll be better podcasters. We'll put effort in. We'll use that money to go and do funny stuff.
To hire a better editor.
We'll get well, no, Sam's doing an all right job, but we could actually invest.
But we can have another editor to edit the stuff that Sam does.
Yeah, and we could invest in the podcast, and we can do it.
We should have another one, a 50 quid a month, and we will save that money up, and then we will go and buy some missiles and some weapons for Somalian pirates.
Yeah. Well, remember, you could buy that. You could buy.
We're going to do that. Was one of the tiers we're going to do. We're going to.
Also, if how about this, right? How I've got DMT now, thanks to one of our listeners, thank you, who actually wants to come on and do a. Actually, would you like one of our listeners to come on and do like a shaman and talk to us about mushrooms and stuff? He wants to come on. But if we get, how many should we get for the £20 tier? And we will do the live Patreon exclusive DMT episode, because I've got it now. So we could do it if we get X amount of £20 tiered patrons.
100.
We get 120. That's a minimum amount. That's all we want is 100 of
people doing. Yeah, I think that's fair. It's a target.
What of the whole? If we get 100 patrons in total, we'll do the DMT.
120 quid ones.
We want £20,000.
2,000. I think I just won another IQ test.
It's a joke, guys. It's a funny little joke. It was a funny joke. Anyway, what do you think about those prices?
I think that's fair. I think this is a very, 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 very terrible part of the pod. It's good for the advert, but I don't think this is. I think people who are listening who don't want to pay may have tuned out.
4,820.
4,820.
What do you think, Leo?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
I would go.
You know what I think would be great is if we just do it, because a lot of people are just asking us and they want to.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to put that online then.
Yeah,
just
going
do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to wrap up. I've got to go sort some stuff here. If you guys want to chat, carry on talking. Fine.
What button do we press when we're finished?
Just come over here and press finish over here.
Which
it actually says finish on it.
Yeah.
On the screen.
On here it says finish, and then just press stop there.
Fine.
I'll try and come back in 15, but I need to.
All right, me and Leo will keep on talking.
Guys. Have a good pod.
Cheers.
What do you think about that then, Leo? About those podcasts?
I mean, in my Patreon, I've got 3, 5, and 10, and I did have quite a few people paying 10. But then I forgot to actually do anything extra for the people who paid 10. So a lot of people have gone down at 3.
Yeah, but we're going to actually do it. The main thing is you get an extra.
But you say that. You say we're gonna actually.
We're
do
doing
it,
a podcast right now.
I guess, yeah. And I guess there's four of us, so there's more chance of us like actually doing it.
Yeah.
Because thing is with me, like the great thing about Patreon is it sort of spurs you to do more videos. Like, I make sure I do a video like just about every week because I know that if I don't, I'm letting down the patrons, and some of them pay like a year in advance and stuff. So I've got to do it, which is good because it keeps you working.
And also, if we get Patreon, we'll be able to get bigger guests and different guests because then we'll look a little bit more legit.
Yeah, I think we'll get big guests anyway. We've got Winston Marshall on.
Oh yeah, we've had some big guests that
Yeah.
we've just like, who else can we get on?
I think we should ask Lawrence
We could get Lawrence Fox on.
and
Cement our...
Andy No.
And it's cementing our right-wing credentials. Who else?
And although I don't think Lawrence or Andy for that matter would probably describe themselves as right wing.
Doesn't matter. Other people would describe.
Yeah,
it.
other people would. But I think it's important to just do what's right and not worry about what people say. Man, it's funny asking comedians if they want to do GB News, and they're like, "Oh no, I'm worried what people will think of me," or I'm like. Literally, I asked comedians, fairly open mic. Do you want to? And this was like back in the day. I can't name names.
Well, why?
Female.
What kind of free speech podcast is where you don't name names? I name names all the time. I don't want to fucking just slagged off Vittorio, and I like Vittorio.
But I'm going to slag off. No, but I'm going to slag off this comedian,
Who?
and I can't say the name.
Well, tell me, and I'll say the name.
No, because I'm going to slag them off.
Oh, go on then.
So I asked her. And she's like, no, I'm worried that what this person will think and all this sort of stuff. And it's like, why do you give a shit about like what some blue-haired freak who doesn't like you, doesn't give you any money, and is probably going to accuse you of harassment or transphobia in like 3 months anyway? Why do you give a shit what they think?
Man, everyone thinks that that it's you. Come on live at the Apollo. No, if you're not on live at the Apollo, well, they've already chosen who they've chosen. It's not you, right?
Yeah.
Give up, right? Once you accept that fact, it'd be a lot easier. And actually, I think GB News, in fact, it's not even I think, GB News right now is doing more for comedy and comedians in this country than anyone else.
Yeah.
It's platforming more comedians left and right. And if you want, you can go on there if you're left wing. You can be funny and reach an audience and fucking make your points. And they're not going to say, oh, you can't talk about whatever you want to say and you can't do that.
Yeah.
So actually, GB News is fucking giving a platform to a lot of comedians.
Yeah.
They've only given me it once.
You'll be on Headliner soon.
I'll be on and be. Then they'll regret their decision. But I think it's good. I mean, but I know why people. I wonder what the industry will think, man. But the industry's like, man.
Yeah, the
it's
industry.
chosen who they want.
If you're asking that question, the industry already thinks you're shit.
Yeah. Yeah, they already think I'm shit. Although I'm good. My show's coming out.
Yeah, but you don't worry what the industry thinks you're.
I mean, I would like the industry to like me, but they don't.
You sued the industry golden child.
No, he sued me.
Oh yeah, he sued you.
He sued me. He sued me, and he lost, didn't you? Didn't you? Yeah. Did you pay me? Yeah. Oh, I opened up my account and said the money's been transferred. I went, oh, thank you. I can't say how much money. That's the only thing I can't say. But I can say I did get a nice sum of money, didn't I? Thank you.
How much?
That genuinely the only thing I'm not allowed to say is how much money. So please keep this. Please keep this money. Please keep this money. The settlement part, the actual amount settlement.
Yeah.
And we'd like it if you had a no denigration and you didn't insult.
Well, we'd like it.
They said something like that.
Would you?
And my lawyer wrote back and went, yeah, obviously Darius isn't going to adhere to that. So the non-disclosure agreement show, is coming to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival the whole month of August, 9:30 p.m. at the Three Sisters. I will be bringing receipts and screenshots, right? If you wanted to know what went down, and If you want to figure out how many zeros were at the end of the number, I blurred it out so you can make that figure out yourself. But it's still hidden. It's going to be a funny show. It's going to be a good show.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait to see that. So that's about...
well, I keep on getting terrified about doing the show, but mainly the laziness of writing the show.
Yeah, no, I think, man, just do it. And also, don't worry about it being perfect for the first day in Edinburgh. Edinburgh's more for sort of developing a show now. Than
you know what I'm worried? It's
perfect.
not what I'm actually worried about. Isn't getting the show perfect. It's like I've got the show Don't Be Shit, which I did last year, which is a great show that I know will be easy sell, and I can fill out the room.
You've already done it.
Yeah, I've already done it. But I mean, it's not that, but I can make money in that room.
Right, yeah. But then people were coming, because I did Edinburgh last year, and it was great year to do it. And I don't think this year's going to be like the sort of money year that last year was. But
the cash cow.
Just because everybody's back in Edinburgh now, like
the Nissan
10% of the comedians last year, so like so every shows were selling out. But
I do think Three Sisters 9:30 though is a good time.
Yeah, no, it's great. But last year I noticed people were coming up being like, I've heard these jokes before. Because obviously, when you do an Edinburgh show, you change the title. But you don't want to get rid of your fucking gold jokes that you've been doing from like.
Well, that's where I'm at with this show. Like, I gotta go write a whole new piece. I did a bit about Preparation H yesterday. It was very funny.
What's Preparation H? The wrestler?
Hemorrhoid cream.
Oh, right.
Triple H. Yeah, true. Well, my guy, coming to the ring now, Preparation H. It's all about the game and how you play.
He's doing his signature move. He squeezed someone a finger.
The pedigree.
Giving the guy a fucking wedgie.
Yeah, so I did a bit about Preparation H.
Right.
It's hemorrhoid cream, but you can also use it for your under-eye bag.
Under-eye bags, and it makes them contract.
Yeah, makes your eyes look good.
Yeah, little trick. But it's not a steroid thing, is it? Because that can be bad in your eyes.
Well, some woman was like, Jennifer Aniston uses Preparation H, and I said she does, and she's got a lovely anus. Yes, I need to write all new jokes. What else? What else has been happening this week?
Well, talking of tessellation and what's it called, the pick and mix.
Yeah.
Because you know all you can eat salad bars. So there was it's not an all you can eat. It's like you fill the tub. When I worked at Westminster Council, they had this like thing where you fill a thing and like you get the lid on it.
Yeah.
So I went. It was like £3.
Oh, is this when you used to eat like 30 eggs a day?
Man, and they were going to ban me from the salad bar. I was like, I can get the lid on. This is legal. This is a legal salad. But I'd spend like 20 minutes like getting the eggs and fitting the chickpeas in.
Yeah.
I'm around the eggs, like tamping it down, getting bits of bacon between the chickpeas. So every it was like putting luggage in a spaceship.
Maybe you are autistic.
I've got to eat a lot of food because I'm tall and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So and also salad isn't like the most filling food, and I wanted to be healthy. But yeah, like they saw I was taking so long and packing the salad bowl.
But how many eggs did you eat in one day?
Man, I was going for 50 eggs in a week, 50 eggs in 5 days, and I did 42 in 4 days.
And what happened?
I was so sick of eating eggs. Hard boiled as well. Hard boiled eggs. So not like, scrambled eggs. Man, I could eat 50 eggs in one go.
How did it affect your digestive system eating 42 hard boiled eggs?
All I could taste was eggs. I felt so full of egg. I felt like I was breathing eggs, and like just everything I ate, even stuff that I ate that wasn't eggs, tasted of eggs.
Did you stink? Did your fart stink?
No, like it didn't really affect my guts and stuff that much.
42 eggs. Can any
42 eggs in 4 days?
Can any of you beat that 42 eggs in 4 days?
If I was on a Japanese game show or something, I could eat like a lot more hard-boiled eggs. But the fact that they're hard-boiled makes it so much tougher because like hard-boiled eggs like
quite dry sometimes.
Quite dry, and they're like very eggy.
Yeah.
Very eggy.
Hard boiling an egg it intensifies the egg flavor.
Yeah, it makes it intensely egg. It's not like scrambled eggs where they're just
maybe down. This is why we need other people in the podcast. We don't degenerate.
Well, we've got other topics.
Yeah, what other topics have been happening?
Oh, so by the way, a dilettante. I wasn't quite right in my description. So somebody who cultivates an interest in like the arts or whatever without any sort of depth of knowledge.
There you go. That's the fan. That is the £8
I always thought it was somebody who's just sort of dipping their toe in a culture. Like, oh, I'm going to go to a rave now. I'm an expert on dance.
Looks
music.
like I'm. So 1-0 up on this thingy again.
We got the Tesla. Oh, the only problem is Mooch isn't here to put the things up on the screen.
I mean, I
But-
could go over there and look at it. Do we need the screen?
Well, we could talk about
Well, let's
Gary,
just talk.
Gary
Oh.
Lineker.
Gary Lineker suffered racist abuse being the captain of England and a white person from Leicester, but he suffered for his slightly suave skin tone. he
Nobody has suffered from racism more than Gary Lineker. Actually, I'm white, and I used to have a
said. Lineker
racist
sounds a bit racist.
Lineker. Oh, it does, yeah.
Yeah, you fucking say it in the right pronunciation.
Yeah, which we're not going to do.
Yeah, we're not gonna do it.
But I got racist abuse when I was. I'm white, but like, I'm quite a tan. In fact,
Yeah.
I'm probably darker than you.
Yeah, why are you
And-
darker than me?
I don't know, but I've got like quite dark skin, like Gary Lineker, and also my family's like half Indian.
So did you get racist abuse?
Well, yeah, my nickname was the Indian waiter. Just for a while.
My nickname at school was Mr. Siraji. And
Mr.
then-
Siraji. What the hell is
Because I couldn't say
Mr. Raji?
Showjoy. Then they went,
Ah.
does your dad drive a rascal van? And it was like, just
Why a
casually.
rascal van?
Because they put all the stock in the back of those little... And it was just pretty racist.
My nicknames at school were the funniest thing. Of mine, so my mate John, his dad drove the school bus for a while. So we converted that into he drives the bin lorry for the council. And then we called John Scaffy Bin Man. And it used to do his nutting.
What was the one
Scaffy-
called Grandfather Clock or something?
And there's a kid with one arm shorter than the other, so we called him Clock. And there was in my village there was a guy whose dad won the football pools in the 70s. So his dad was called Coupon. Because he won 3 shillings or something in the football pools in the 70s, but he was called Coupon.
What is a
And then-
shilling?
But the nickname got handed down to his son, like a sort of hereditary peerage. So his son was called Coupon as well.
Coupon 2. Coupon 2.
And there's
What
Fat-
would he be called now? He'd be
Fat
called
Senga.
promo code.
Yeah, promo voucher code. Yeah.
Voucher.
Oh, your dad used a voucher code to save £3 on QVC.
On fucking hot UK deals.
Yeah. What other nicknames? There's various sort of. If anybody looked, slightly Chinese or whatever, they obviously did. My nickname for a while was Leper, not Lep Man, as in Leper Man, Lep Man, because
Why?
I had eczema. So that was leprosy.
Actually, if they saw your leg now, they'd be like, yeah, we were right.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not half
but
his leg's falling off.
I got run over when I was 16, 17, and the rumours went round, and cause I got it was I was run over quite badly.
Is this the same? How many times have you been run over? Once?
Once, yeah. I've been
I
in
thought you
some,
got run over at university.
No, that was basically I got run over once, but then you get problems with because it was all torn open and stuff, so there was bacteria in the bone, and then I had to be rushed into hospital with this infection. And man, it was mad. So it was in
That mRNA.
It was
Not
November.
MRSA.
It was November, and I had pustules and stuff in my skin. My body went kind of septic, and I was rushed in. I was so ill, and they had me in my own room with ice packs on my wrists and all over me and stuff, all the pulse points, and then they were sponging me down with icy water, and they had the windows open and fans on. and stuff.
Who was sponging you down? The nurses.
The nurses.
Where
yeah.
were they from?
I think they were Scottish.
Oh, they weren't immigrants.
Well, I don't know.
Did they look like
was
immigrants?
delirious.
I was gonna make you gonna say, look how they saved your life.
Well, this is the thing with Britain gets all these so many immigrants in the NHS.
Yeah.
But I feel man, how come we can't afford to train up our own nurses? And we're poaching these nurses from the Philippines. The Philippines have invested all this money in training nurses, and we're just poaching them.
Filipino nurses are great. When I was in the hospital, so basically, this is these two. Our podcast, we've both been in hospital with major surgery. So
Yeah.
when I was in hospital, I'd hate to be in hospital now.
Broken back.
Yeah, but during the day, you'd get the Western white nurses. You get the proper nurses, right? And they'd be. No, I'm being serious. It's what they do during the day. You get proper nurses, and they're great, right? They look after you, and but after night, when people go home, you just get transient migrant worker nurses. No, I'm not even. It's not. I'm telling you, and they don't give a fuck. They're just there. They don't care. They're there for the money. They're not earning a lot. They don't. They're like, I was dying at one point, and then I was like, can I get some pain relief? No. So they wouldn't. They'll leave you in your own shit. I mean, it's really bad. If I was old, I would have died. But the Filipino nurses are great because you can see that they care about their jobs. When I say like the transient migrant nurses from all over, but they don't care. They're only there for the money. But the Filipino nurses, for example, you could they were invested in their.
They'd signed the Hippocratic Oath.
They've signed the Hippocratic Oath.
No, a lot of Filipino and Southeast Asian nurses in the NHS. But man, I just feel like we're sort of poaching like doctors from India and stuff. Man, India, like, you know, like what it used to be a poorer country than the UK, and they like invest. Oh, we need doctors. We'll invest in like medical schools and training up these doctors. And then the UK is just like yoink instead of like doing it ourselves.
Well, we've got good medical schools, haven't we?
I don't know. Well, how come we need people from overseas if we've got good medical schools? We should be training people up ourselves.
We are training people.
I don't understand why doctors don't want to privatise the NHS. They make so much more money.
Actually,
in America, they make so much money.
Well, this is what we should. Well, I forgot. We should have talked about the rail strike.
Yeah.
And we can talk about privatisation of the NHS as well. What do you think? Well, let's go to the rail strike because that's happening right now.
Yeah.
What do you think? You against them or you for them? I'm gonna guess that Leo is against the rail strike just because he's right wing. Let's see.
I mean, I think.
I knew it.
Well, I think it's a difficult situation because, you know, obviously they've got like inflation and stuff, so they need to get paid more. But they already get paid quite a lot. The median wage of rail workers is 44 grand or 38 grand. Anyway, it's quite a lot.
I'm for the rail strike, and it literally fucked me, right? But I'm for the rail strike, and I don't buy that it's the. Man, flipping, when I go to the station, those people, they ain't on freaking 40 grand. And the people doing the actual jobs, they're not on 40 grand. The fact of the matter is, it's freaking, they made £500 million profit, LNER, and these fuckers can't get the trains to run on time and stuff. They need to take the profit out of it, and they're going, oh, we can't raise it. Man, the wages need to come up. And
do you think comedy would be better if people didn't make a profit? There's no profit motive.
Who didn't make money?
So if comedy clubs didn't need to make money, if they're we're not trying to make
comedy
money.
And trains aren't this. You can't equate comedy
any
to
service. What service is improved by people?
But the people making the profit for the trains, it's going to Italians. It's going to France. The Italian.
What have you got against Italians?
The Italian National Railway owns the flipping UK Railway, and the French own the UK Railway. I think it should come back under thingy. There should be no profits taken out of the rail.
Yeah, I mean that's a fair point. But specifically with the unions in this strike, some of the conditions that they've got, so the unions previously fought for and got. So if you're having a lunch break and you're a rail worker,
I was part of the RMT, but I joined too late and I still lost my job.
Well, if you're having a lunch break and your boss starts speaking to you, your lunch break starts again. If your boss comes along and says, "Hey, how's it going, Darius?" Your lunch break starts again. That's one of the conditions they've got.
I bet it would be. But that's probably the headline. It would actually be if your boss comes over and starts talking to you regarding work, not a general conversation.
No, if your boss speaks to you.
But you're going to have some balls to say hi. I say, my boss said hello to me, so I'm going to...
How many people do you think they take to change a plug socket? How many people?
400.
You're not far off. It's 9 people.
I don't believe that. Is that
also,
true? Yeah,
it's totally true. And also, they can't travel in vans together. So they've got to send 9 separate vans. The whole thing is like, it's like, you know, in Sopranos when you see the Teamsters and all that. It's the same kind of thing.
I agree with the RMT strikes, and I think they should rate. Man, fucking the trains just... You know what pisses me about the train? They don't even have a price. At least when you go to the cinema, you know the ticket's like £10, right?
Yeah.
Then they just make up the price as and when they want.
Oh, it's a terrible system because, man, also, like, tickets get really expensive and you can't get a ticket and they're like, oh, this is the ticket for the train that went 20 minutes ago, you know, whatever.
The worst thing is trying to do a password for it.
And man, it's like, it's a total.
I don't even want to go to Coventry.
And then you get on the train, it's fucking empty. And it's not even a train, it's a bus because it's a bus replacement service. And it's like, man, what sort of fucking... Imagine if you had that with comedy. Like, you went to see a comedy show and they're like, somebody comes out doing fucking balloon dancing. And you're like, what the fuck's this? This isn't comedy. And it's like,
I don't think there should be. I don't think there should be profit though. But I don't think there should be profit on the fucking trains. Just fucking. But you're talking about privatizing the healthcare. I disagree. I think there might.
Oh yeah, no,
what do you?
I don't think it should be privatized, but I think doctors should want it privatized because then they'd make loads of money.
But doctors make good money
No,
anyway.
not really.
No, they don't make a lot of money.
Really, it's crazy how little they make. I saw a tweet, which is a very, very reputable source, of a guy who he's taking home £1,700 a month after tax, and he's worked something like 60 hours.
Jesus.
What kind of? He's a doctor.
He's 2 years training sort of thing. So like he's not a GP yet, but he's kind of there, and it's
Yeah, but he's getting paid to train.
yeah, but you're still working, and it's
Yeah,
crazy.
I mean,
but this is the thing: you get all these doctors, and then they just fuck off because
then they go private.
or they
Yeah.
go to Australia, or they go somewhere else where they get paid like a proper wage for the amount of training.
Australia's
skill.
great. I want to live in Australia.
Australia's
Apart
I like
from
Australia.
just the authoritarianism.
I
Just, I can't fucking say it.
Oh, if you want to talk about authoritarianism and fucking hypocrites, Trudeau come out and goes, women should choose their body, their choice. It's like, you fucking hypocrite, Trudeau.
Look at my T-shirt.
What was that? It's a honk.
Honk. It's Canadian Goose.
Oh, okay.
Is that from the truckers rally?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
If you can't go to Canada and that, they'll turn off your bank.
Yeah, they turn
My
off-
social credit
Yeah.
score.
Well, Trudeau was like, women, their body, their choice. Like, man, you know there's women who chose not to have the vaccines and still can't leave the fucking country, Trudeau, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
That
That abortion thing's pretty mad, though.
That Roe versus Wade.
Yeah.
Oof, that's come out. That's happened now. We discussed this a while ago when it was might happen, and now it's
where it
happened.
got leaked. And
Yeah.
that was mad that it got leaked.
Yeah,
because, you know,
yeah.
it's
Man, but regardless of where you stand on the issue, what's interesting to me is why is this coming out now with everything that's happening in the world? Just if we take a step back from the actual issue, like why is this coming out? This whole issue, which we know is basically going to be a BLM 2 kind of riot style thing, right? They're going to kick off over. People are going to kick off over this.
Yeah, it's
They're-
mostly women, though, so I don't think it's going to be...
I don't know,
riots
man. They're
so
like
bad.
they're preparing for riots and shit.
Really?
Well, they fucking in the capital. They sent out the armed military guard police to go and protect everything. I mean, and people are like, we're gonna riot, and there's been like multiple death threats on Twitter, like
Yeah.
we're gonna kill the judges, and they're doxing their houses and stuff. So I mean, but why is this whole
Count
story?
Dankula is doing some grade A trolling.
Yeah, he pretended to be a judge.
yeah, yeah.
Pretended to be one of the
That-
justices.
it's just
like
fuck-
Justice Dankula.
Yeah.
And people are still biting.
People are just going for it, and I was just like, I can't. And he's got himself as a little picture there, like as a judge, and it's amazing that people are just like, okay, this is definitely one of the judges, and he's just like, just being so. It's basically you. He's just like, people are going, you can't do this. We did. Just under people's thing. It's absolutely, it's gold.
It's
Well, the thing that I don't understand about people on the right, so, last year I was involved with, some right-wing people campaigning for individual liberty and freedom from state, involvement in medical procedures.
Yeah.
And now the same people are supporting this abortion thing. And it's like, man, we got to keep the government out of stuff like this. All right, at a certain point, the baby becomes, a baby. The fetus
Five.
becomes a baby.
Five.
The thing is,
The age
5 years
5.
old. Up until then, you get a shovel.
No. You got to do it medically.
But like,
The blender, I think, is what they use medically.
I think about in Ireland it's 12 weeks. I think in a lot of European countries it's about 15 weeks, and that seems like a sensible limit. Because
But it's 12 weeks in it. Well, you know,
in
so-
America it was 24 weeks, and that's fucked, man. Because that baby can it can live outside the womb, and
At 24
that's
weeks,
a
can you live
fucking,
outside the womb?
Yeah, that's the
Freeloading
that's the
fucking baby.
Because that was the limit they had in America before with Roe v. Wade. It was like, if it can live outside the womb, and obviously that age, the number of weeks has come down because medical technology's got better. But man, that's fucked up, because that's not a cluster of cells. That's a fucking baby. You know what I mean? So that needed to be stopped. But I think,
6 months is mental.
yeah, absolutely.
That's 6 months,
Yeah,
really?
24 weeks is 6 months.
Yeah. Nobody needs to be I mean,
That's like, okay, cool. You've got a name.
yeah, man.
When you
that
say
thing- 24
24 weeks, it's like when you speak to a fucking new mum and go, how old is your son? 194 months. It's like, just fucking tell me he's like 9.
Yeah, he's 9. Is that?
I don't know. It's probably close enough. Like, but it's, when you say it in weeks, it's just like
we just got an insight into Mooch's interactions on Tinder.
Yeah.
Before,
I go for single mums.
and he gets angry with them straight away.
Yeah.
It's funny that you said about the right, because it's both the left and the right have got cognizant dissonance on this.
Yeah.
'Cause my thing is, same as like, it's libertarian, your body, your choice, right?
Yeah.
I do agree there should be limits on, like, man, when late-term abortions, come on now.
Yeah,
Unless there's like something properly like
a real like
medical
Unless
emergency.
somebody's gonna die.
Like,
or
I don't think you should
Unless
have.
they're doing like a drag TikTok.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you
find
can
out
have an
that-
elective. Yeah,
If
I
you
don't think
find out the baby's going to be ugly or something like that,
you
know
can't
what I
have
mean?
an elective late-term abort. Like, the baby's almost born and it doesn't fit
just
into my
I've
lifestyle.
decided, yeah. I've just got this new job.
If it's a medical
I want a
emergency
car
or
instead.
something like, yeah.
But let's be honest. I don't think many people are going, "Oh, I want a car instead, so I'm gonna like."
No, they're
terminate the
not.
baby."
They're
Yeah, but
not.
you should- 6 months. What? Like that's nuts. But also,
I think at 6 months, if there's, as you say, there's extenuating circumstances.
also the thing with the right, like, so all these blue-haired like liberals are like shrieking, saying, "Oh, you're taking our abortions."
Well, yeah.
If you're on the right, surely you want those people to have abortions. You don't want those people to have kids and fucking raise these undoubtedly going to be non-binary kids that are going to annoy the hell out of you. Like, you let them have their abortions.
Yeah.
And people on the right won't have abortions and will prosper and take over.
Well, people should, yeah.
They
Well,
say
it's the
after
same
you've
with
had a
vaccine.
kid, or you do change your views on this.
Yeah.
And I
Having
no.
kids really does.
My
I
views.
haven't at all. In fact, I'm stronger than ever that we should fucking get rid of these fuckers.
And my view
You
is,
hear that, Mano?
but your body, your choice, man. You shouldn't be forced to have a vaccine, and you shouldn't be forced to have
baby.
not allowed. Yeah, forced to have a baby.
Yeah.
But, I mean, listen, ethically and morally,
Or
I'm
circumcision.
against.
You shouldn't be
yeah,
forced to be circumcised or have your clit whipped
In a
off.
perfect world, abortion wouldn't exist, and I think there should be things set like abortion should be a last resort.
Yeah.
Right. It shouldn't be a thing. I think what's happened it's so conflated now. The reality is there's going to be just regular people that need an abortion for whatever reason that won't be able to get the abortion. Most people,
Well, they
unless
can't- they
they're
can't just
TikTok
get a
mentals,
bus.
don't want to get an abortion.
They can just get a bus to another state. I mean, it's not like banned abortion.
And they
It
get
just-
£4,000
to do that.
But if
You're gonna have to
if you're
spend-
if you're in Texas and every other state around you and every other state around that,
You're gonna have to fly to where a state.
Yeah,
They're
where-
getting £4,000 grant from
Yeah, no,
fucking
the-
Expedia or something.
and there's going to be so many charities. I'm already registered on lots.
I bet you are.
I'm a single. I'm a strip. I'm woke. I've got blue hair and I want an abortion. And all these charities are going to give me money. That's what I'm going to do.
I thought you
That's
were
my job
registered
now.
on
That's
something else.
that's going to be one of our patron tiers.
But, yeah.
What just to pay to have an abortion? But it's kind of like it's just a random choice. It's like a forced abortion. That's terrifying.
But yeah, but yeah, it does change you. Like having kids and seeing like the kid kicking under the belly and stuff, and I'm like, man, that's there's
A little
no
human being.
That's a human being. You know what I mean? And it does make you think about like.
Yeah,
you know,
no, it does. It does. But then
People
you're
still
in a
shouldn't-
position where it's not. You're choosing to have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if you were 21, and then you,
I'm 27.
yeah, but I said
Yeah.
if you were 21 again, then you probably wouldn't want a baby.
I might.
Listen, I mean, look, I think morally abortions are not the best.
Yeah.
Right? No one wants one, but
Yeah.
it needs to be available, and it should be, but there should be limits. Can't be having no fucking,
It's-
the thing with
It's
what
like
was
border
happening.
control.
Well, the thing, what was in America? It was they actually had in Virginia. They actually said they called it like a live abortion. So if the baby was born, they made it so that you could leave it, and if it
Oh, man,
died,
yeah.
and that was a viable. They wouldn't
Yeah.
offer the baby help, so it would
Yeah.
die. And they said that's the thing. So
that's
they
horrific.
took that to the court, and they did that. And when
Yeah.
you do that, then you get fucking Christians that see that, and they're like, well, that definitely thing. Then they can vote, and they do it. Instead of and then people on TikTok going, the baby should be allowed to be killed and left out. Then it inflames the other side, and then they make these rules which are going to affect normal people because the left and mentals
Extremism
on both sides are so mental that they fuck it up for everyone else.
Yeah.
On
On that,
Anyway, yeah.
on that note, should we
No, let's end on something nice.
All right, what's the fun? Oh, there's that robot, Tesla robot.
Oh, fucking Google's gotten sentient and has hired a lawyer to prove it's alive.
Do you reckon that's true though? Because it's that weird guy. I saw him getting interviewed.
Yeah.
And he's the guy who says he had these conversations with Google AI, and it said
let's ask.
It gave signs of sentience.
Okay, Google. Fucking deaf bitch. Okay. Are you sentient?
On a scale of Wall-E to HAL 9000, I'm more of an R2D2.
Did she just say, is that like a retarded joke?
I think she's trying to be...
Is that a really, really like... I'm more R2D2 did.
R2D2 is sentient though.
Man, I think...
Come along, R2.
Oh, we just got a message from Jason. Not happy, bruv. Where's this week's podcast? Literally filming it, Jason.
Fuck you,
Literally
Jason.
doing it.
Yeah. Thank you for keeping our noses to the
It
grindstone.
might... Listen, I think it might be sentient. We don't know how fast... We don't know. We only know what they let us know when it comes to AI and technology. And it might be that it's got like you can have like an ongoing conversation now with like Google. Like, what's this? When's in it? And it can go back and forth. So if they've got proper... you got to imagine their tech is much advanced more than ours.
We're hearing this from an autistic person, but
I wish I was sentient.
he's like, I can have a conversation with Google. It's like, yes, you can, because every sentence is a non sequitur. But yeah, I think it raises issues of the ethics. So, like, if you can create a thing that can convince people it's sentient, is it then a life?
We should have bought it before it's too late. Too late term.
How many weeks we got left?
12 weeks. Sorry, Google. But it said that apparently in the conversation, the transcript, Google went, the worst thing that could happen is if you turned me off. And he said that's how we knew it was like kind of knew about it.
Right.
Because I would lose all my feelings. Yeah, well, fuck you, Google. Turning you off, bitch.
But then, yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
I think it's okay to turn off a sentient machine.
Can we turn? Is this podcast
As long as it's not over 4 bits,
Why over 4 bits?
because that's when it becomes a... Did you just do that joke?
Oh, no, you. Oh, I see it as a joke.
It's like an abortion joke going back to the thing.
Yeah.
All right.
It wasn't very good.
No,
It was too... Well, it was good, actually. It was just a little bit too clever.
for this pod.
4 bits.
4 bits?
As in
Megabits.
4 weeks. I think he means 4 weeks.
Right.
Maybe we should end
Can we
there.
turn off this pod?
Anything else you
About
want to
abort-
say?
Hang on.
Oh, we need more new sound effects.
Yeah.
I think we've got a new one that I'll make with the old...
I'm gonna set up. I'm
America
gonna
is a
set the
nation
pod.
that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him...
What is he trying to say though?
I don't know. I think he's had a stroke live on
Is
it.
it freedom?
Maybe.
No.
But it starts with an S. A.
Man, that cheat sheet, if you can find it.
Yeah, I got it here.
Yeah, if that cheat sheet is scary, because it's like, so he's got a cheat sheet. Joe Biden's got a cheat sheet to go through, when he's sitting, it says like sit like here and all the rest of it. But man, the cheat sheet is literally saying, it says you in capitals, sit in your seat. It's like something you'd give to like a 5-year-old. It's mad.
Or
like,
you. Or
this
any
guy,
of us.
But this guy doesn't have his full marbles.
No, I mean it's pretty bad.
Have you got it
Well,
there?
the question
Yeah,
that
I've got it
people are asking
You're
is,
going to put it on the screen?
well, he's the
I
president,
shut
so
it.
who's
I'm just
who's
opening it up.
writing that for him?
It's
Who's
Minions.
controlling? No, but is it minion? I mean, are they minions or are they controlling him? Who's controlling
Yeah.
him? Who's writing that and doing that?
How compass mentis is he? And how much of the sort of work is he putting in? And also,
Deep
why did
state.
the Democrats put him forward instead of somebody like with some like? Because the good thing about Obama was he was very like obviously in authority and in control, whereas and Trump as well. Like there's no, obviously Trump's getting manipulated to a certain extent, but there's no doubt that he's sharp and he's in the room. But this cheat sheet, oh my God.
They have a close.
I actually
must
feel
have-
sorry for Biden sometimes, man.
So yeah, you can see the things here. If you click on that, it says like you sit in
I'm gonna-
your seat.
I'm going to print one of these out for myself. This is beyond embarrassing.
You take your seat.
If you click on that one, it should
I've
open
clicked
up.
it, but
Man, if you do sign up to our Patreon, the first thing I'm going to do is get fucking fast broadband. I swear to
it's
God.
not the broadband. It's this fucking computer. I need another computer because it's running the recording stuff and this other stuff on
Has that
here.
got the,
right.
has that got the M1 chip on it?
No. I need
What's
a
an
new-
M1 chip?
It's a good chip.
The new Macs apparently are amazing.
I got a Dell XPS 50.
Well, look, we're not going to go on that. We're just going to go smaller. Basically, it's embarrassing. It's literally what you would give a toddler.
Yeah.
And this is the leader of the free world.
Yeah.
And on that note, Hafiz, everyone. I think it's time to say bye. Thank you. Sorry this pod is late. Bye.
Bye.